Good morning. Watch out. We have had a winter wonderland this winter. Tons of snow. We had a big snowstorm a couple of weeks ago. We had another snowstorm last Friday. Then we had another snowstorm this past Wednesday. And we have a storm forecast, snow forecast for today, a storm forecast for tomorrow. And so we have a ton of snow, which is awesome. I'm just going to say right here that at this time of year, people start to get pretty crusty about winter. And I'm just wondering whether some folks forget about something called climate change and a warming climate. And the fact that some people really just love winter like me. Our planet needs these deep cold freezes and definitely deep snowpack, because that water is then recharging our systems, our hydrology systems. And so please be patient. The seasons of drought, dryness, and all the things that go with climate change will be here shortly. So please press pause and enjoy the beauty that is winter. It's been about 10 years actually since we've had a really good winter like this. And maybe that number is not correct, but it's been a long while. And so me and Tulip and Tilly, are making the best of it and enjoying every lovely moment. So we're gonna go do some chores this morning. I'm gonna take these two for a snowshoe, requiring gaiters today because the snow is super deep. Tulip jumped off the driveway into just the regular snow and got buried the other day. It was hilarious. She didn't quite know what to do, right? And she's getting older now, so her agility to free herself from deep snow is challenged, eh? Yeah. All right. Clementine has got quite the workout this winter. We've had to plow nearly every week and sometimes twice a week. So really grateful for that piece of equipment. Good morning, chickens. Fresh wagwa. It's nice and warm in here, eh, you guys? I'm gonna just feed Simon. Let's go in and see how he's doing. And then we'll go for a snowshoe and I'll tell you about my harebrained plan for today. Ooh, yeah, look at this guy. Hey. We have so much snow that the dogs have been jumping up on the snowbank and into the compost and eating the compost. So they are very regular, if you know what I mean. 'Tis the season of the farmer's blow. Okay, so I'm gonna be wearing gaiters today because the snow, I have like my snow tights on, but the snow in some places where I'm gonna go is pretty deep. So this just keeps the snow out of my boots. I don't wear these all the time because I go in and I pack down, or Brian does, packs down my snowshoeing trail with the snowmobile in areas where we can get the snowmobile to go. But for areas that right now don't have a trail, the snow is up to my thighs. For those of you who might be wondering, the snowshoes that I wear, because I do snowshoe every day, it's definitely my preferred winter activity. I'm not a cross-country skier. I have this pair of tubs with the twist bindings, and they're awesome. I love them. The only downside for me is actually getting them off. So when I take them off, you pull up the dial, and then you just pull up this part of the binding, and then it loosens. But it's a little bit tricky. So I actually, to put them on, I have to stand on them to jam my toe down into the front, which isn't hard. But yeah, they're really great. Easy to tighten. And then what I do is I'll walk a few steps and then retighten them, and then I'm good to go for the entire journey. Oh. Oh. Just walking from the trail to here. Okay. This is where Brian and I built our little New Year's Eve kind of first. That was my first like winter camping experience. Excuse me. And don't judge. I know you might think it's gross, but it's the easiest way to blow your nose at this time of year. Yeah, this is where we built our New Year's Eve winter camp. And now it's under about maybe 1.5 feet of snow. I don't know. But my dream, I don't even know where the dogs went either. They took off and they must be walking themselves. But my dream tonight is to dig this out, dig out the fire pit that Brian built, and set up my little lean-to and camp out here solo without Brian. So he's still recovering and does not need to be sleeping out when it's in the minus. Huh. That's beautiful right now. Light snow falling. I can hear the woodpeckers. It's so beautiful. Smart. Smart girl. It's deep, eh? Tulip's nose has probably taken her on an adventure of her own. Anyways, yeah, so my plan is, I'm all over the map. My plan is to dig this out, put my tarp up. I might have to put a wind screen up because it is supposed to be windy tonight. So I think it said the low was -10, which isn't bad at all. And I have a secret weapon, which I will tell you about later. It's definitely cheating, but here's why I want to do this. At this time of year, all of us who are adventurers dream of being outside canoeing and tripping and stuff like that. However, when it's like this, there's not a lot that you can do. So hot tenting or winter camping, what has become all the rage in the last number of years. People used to do it out of necessity, and now we just do it for fun. And hot tents have become a thing, and I've seen ones ranging from, the low, mid hundreds to multiple thousands. I know Chuck Porter did a video just recently about a really wicked hot tent. And so I got all excited. I said, Brian, see how much one is? And it was like $4,000. Like, no, not for a couple nights outside in the winter. So I don't have a hot tent, and I don't know that I'll buy one this year. I've always wanted to do it. So I think it's very cool, and it might be in the cards, maybe the end of this year or next year. But for now, my canvas tarp is what I'm going to try and use tonight. I don't even know. I've kind of lost track of the amount of centimeters, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, sweet. If I see it snowing, I'm just like a kid in a candy store. Like I literally, I know people that get excited about like going to the beach and like tropical destinations. And if you turn on the snow machine for me, I am the exact same. Like, I absolutely love it. So like my response to climate change and declining snowfall is to move further north. Sounds reasonable. Less people, more snow. Deal. I'm going to spend some quiet time in the forest. She's calling me. And I have to stay on the trail with the citation at all times because she doesn't have the power. I only did half my workout this morning. Good thing, because I hadn't thought of this yet. Whew. That was a good workout. Oh my gosh. I shoveled out most of it. I have a little bit left to go, but my plan, we're supposed to get, the wind is supposed to come out of the east, which is that way. And so I think I'll be okay for the fire because the smoke should go that way. But what I was thinking is, because snow is insulating, I'm kind of leaving it deep up around the sides and the back, and then only digging out where the fire is going to be, just because it's just going to be me. I don't even think I'm going to bring Tulip out because it's too cold and she doesn't have a lot of fat on her, so I don't want her to be cold. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so, and I might pile up some of the snow just like around here so that it's kind of like walls. But yeah, I got her mostly dug out. And I'm glad I did it now because I got really sweaty, and tonight I don't want to get super sweaty and then get cold. So anyway, yeah, I think this is going to be pretty cool. I'm very excited to try this. And I did leave the sides, so I didn't dig those out. And I left this side here, right here. I piled up the snow because the wind is supposed to be coming from the east. So my hope is that that will help. So I might have to cut some of these poles down a little bit just to make them shorter, because what I was thinking was that if I'm going to make the sleeping area a little bit shallower to capture or hold in maybe some of the heat, if I cut these poles shorter, then I can use the rest of the tarp to kind of come down like a little bit of a roof when it gets dark and like when I'm going to go to sleep. Not all the way to the ground maybe, but at least close me in a little bit to keep some of the heat trapped in the canvas. We'll see. It's all an experiment. But I've got all my bedding, my secret weapon. Hopefully it works. Stuff for dinner, coffee for the morning. No breakfast because I got a hot hiking date at 8 o'clock. So I'll probably eat when I get back. But yeah, let's do this. Or let's try and do this. This is exciting. I think we're gonna be A-okay out here. A-okay. Took the dogs back and got a broom to sweep out the snow before I bring all my stuff in here because I don't want it to get very wet. So right now it's -6. It says it's snowing. I concur. But feels like -12. And then it's supposed to snow pretty much all night long, and the winds are supposed to pick up. It's not bad in here. The winds definitely out in the field, like at the house, are worse. I'm trying not to get wet, so I'm not going to sit here for too long. But before I actually empty the sled, like empty all my stuff into here, just to see how much snow is going to accumulate into here, I am just going to leave it while I go to collect firewood. And Brian looked at me funny when I said I was going to cut it all with a handsaw. I kind of agree with him. It's going to be a job, especially because the snow is so deep. So I'm going to wear my snowshoes. Listen to the wind. It's beautiful. Okay. So sounds. A sound that cannot be beat. Wind through white pine needles. Can't be beat. yeah, so I'm going to go get my firewood. I probably am going to need, my challenge is I'm probably going to need more than I think I'm going to, which is always the case with firewood. Always, always, always. So I'm just going to give her right now and see how much I can go collect. Whoa. Okay. So I got one dead balsam fir dry standing. So that's what you want. And then I got one dry standing dead ash. So I think that should be good for tonight for sure. I have to go find a dead standing balsam fir for the tinder for the twigs, the dry twigs, and then and then a white birch for some fire starter. So I know where that is. I see a little dead spruce over there that I'm just going to cut the lower limbs off of just to get the fire started. But I'm seeing now that I also forgot the sleeping bags, the 2 old sleeping bags that I put down first. So I'm going to have to go get those as well. I'm sweating. So if I do go back to the house, which I will, to get those sleeping bags, I'm going to change out of these clothes. I'm wearing wool underneath, but I want dry. Like once I'm done all the work, I should have brought a shirt out here, like a dry under, like base layer. So it's just all about the planning. And I'm just lucky because I know I can just go back to the house, but you know, in every condition, you kind of have to prepare. So right there is where I'm going. I'm gonna go put this back. I love this. Oh, that piece up there is too high. Nope. All right, that'll have to do for now. I was hoping to get more than that, but that's okay. I think that should be enough. If I build a good base, we'll get it. I'm just gonna put my tinder in under cover. I'm gonna try and go get some more birch bark. The other birch trees that we have are way down at the other end, and I don't really feel like driving all the way down there. There's one right there, but I don't see. Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to get it. I just see a little birch tree. I just spied it. Actually, I spied all the bark, but watch how deep. Yeah. Look at all that. The mother load. I left a lot on there. I only took as much as I thought I would need, hopefully for tonight and tomorrow, but there's a ton. Okay, I'm going to unload all my gear under here so I can take the sled back. I watched John and Aaron's winter camping video from Lost Lakes the other night, and he made a joke. He said to Aaron, "Hey Aaron, I got the snowshoe shot for Insta," and I nearly died laughing. But John, just FYI, I always store my snowshoes like this. Always, not just for Insta. Bedroom and kitchen. My secret weapon for staying warm tonight. Oh no, there's snow on the bottom. Got some winter gear. Thermarest. Look. Get in there. I brought a tarp for the wind, but I honestly think I'm going to be okay, so I'm not even going to get it out. Dang. I was on my way back to get the sleeping bags, and she died. I think maybe there's not enough fuel in the tank. It's a bad spot because it's on a hill, so that's no good because I got the sled on, but that's okay. We'll take the sled off. Brian's got to come though and bring me some fuel. I think that's the problem because it was running really good. So it's not like, I don't know, but I gotta call my mechanic. I could hoof it back, no problem. But he's here, so why not? So let's wait for our rescue. I don't see any fuel on board, which is problematic. Where's the gas?
You say you didn't say you needed gas? You said it's got gas.
No, I said I think it's out of gas.
I just saw a bunch of deer by your stand. On a little spot.
Oh boy. Well,
listen here, stone fox. I'll get you sorted here.
I started it again.
Okay.
I think it was just gas. Okay, so that's good. Brian wasn't feeling well now. He's huffing on a fuel line. Well, we had a little technical difficulty when I went to go back to the house to get the sleeping bags. I ran out of fuel in the snow machine. And then when you run out of fuel, it's a pain in the butt to get started. So Brian had to come and help me. Thank you. Okay, so I think I'm gonna get a fire going here first. And then I'll get a fire, and then while that's kind of burning down, I gotta cut some wood. I'll set up my bed. I almost said when we couldn't get the snowmobile started, screw it, I'll just not do it. But I went to all this work to try to do this, and so it'd be silly right now. I'm gonna hold a little bit of this back just in case. Oh, I'm warm. Sawing with that dull saw is not fun, especially that hardwood. So probably what I'll do is just cut long pieces and shove it in as it burns down, because yikes. There you go. Come on. Come on, birch bark, work your magic. I just have to make sure that I keep the fire going. I don't lose track of that. I'm going to tell you what my secret weapon is before it gets too dark. I brought out the Blue Eddy and an electric blanket. We had an electric blanket. We bought one when we were building our house and we were living in a trailer in December with no heat. We had electric blankets for the beds because it wasn't like great, really warm. And so we still have the electric blanket. And so I brought it and the Blue Eddy to power it if I need it. And I also brought my hot water bottle. I have 2 sleeping bags underneath me. We have our sleeping bags, I think, are -15. I've zipped Brian and mine together because I like a lot of room when I sleep. Plus I brought 2 wool blankets to go over top and the electric blanket. So we'll see if it does the trick. I want to wear my fur hat because it's warmer, but I've never worn it with my headlamp before, so we'll see. I need a sour key to keep me going while I finish getting ready for supper. Whew. I'm experiencing some swirly winds, but I've just been cutting some firewood, refueling with sour keys. Just enjoying this moment so much. It feels so good to like work your body for a purpose. So like I exercise and that is for a purpose, but it's so great to like actually do the work to achieve something that's going to be valuable, like hauling firewood to build a fire, shoveling out to build your lean-to, I don't know. There's just something about it. It just feels so real and so right. I really can't describe it. You just have to do it. And I've heard of winter camping before, and it always was like, but I just thought like people just set up like a regular 3-season or 4-season tent and just slept, and people will probably do that as well. But I do like the idea of a fire and like a hot tent now that I've seen them in action. And so as soon as I said hot tent today, Brian was online and then on the phone with somebody talking to a kind of connected Canadian company that we know that sells them. And they're not cheap, man. Holy smoke. So I'm going to have to save my pennies so I can buy a hot tent. But there's, you know, where we live, we have some really cool opportunities to get to some really nice places that we could winter camp because there's a lot of crown land around here. So maybe next year, because that would be fun. And to go ice fishing, 2 in 1. I felt like I channeled John from Lost Lakes canoe or skidoo challenges today. We just watched his video last night about his snowmobile, and then I had snowmobile challenges. I let it run out of fuel, so my bad, my fault. But anyway, thank goodness for Brian. It's 6:30 already. I'm just texting Brian to let him know I'm okay. And I'm kind of thinking I might forgo dinner out together and just eat sour keys. I also have hot chocolate. I have to turn on the sounds. Too much. I'm going to link below the Lost Lakes video we watched, but I'm also going to link I watched Jim Baird. He took his son Hudson on a winter camping trip. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen. But I saw that they had these cool little lights that you set up, and that would be really nice. I've also seen it on Camper Christina's channel, and we're going to the outdoor show next weekend, so I might look to see where I can get some of those cool lights. Cutting with a dull saw is so much fun. This is like, every single person who knows me is going to make fun because I'm an arborist and I have a very dull handsaw. You guys know I wouldn't work with one like this. Feel my burn! I am going to make a hot chocolate. I never used to like hot chocolate, but it's grown on me this year. I don't know why. So yeah, I'm going to make some hot chocolate. Yeah. Just hang out by the fire. I don't know how much you put in there. Easy does it. Yummy. It's funny, I'm sitting here listening to the wind through the white pine that's right over here. And it's so interesting how you make associations between like smells and time of year and sounds and the time of year. And I was just sitting here listening to the fire, and I just put on this kind of like the butt log of that dead balsam fir that I drug over, and the smell immediately brought me to summer camping. And then I heard the wind through the needles on the white pine, and same thing, the association was camping. in the spring, summer, fall. And it's cool now because I'm sitting here in the winter and smelling those smells and hearing those sounds. And it's freaking magical. It's so magical. But this has been lovely. Really, really nice. And again, I thought about all the work it would be, and even I catch myself tonight thinking about how much work it's going to be tomorrow, but it doesn't matter. Just these moments are so special and so fleeting, and I won't be able to do this forever, so I'm making the most of it right now. It's awesome. I'm just going to finish up. Oh, that smell. Oh, my goodness. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. It's got to be the balsam. It smells so sweet. Oh. And the butt log had some fungus in it, so I don't know what it is, but holy man. That's lovely. It's going to finish my hot chocolate and then probably turn in. Let's see what time it is. Yep, 20 minutes till 8 o'clock, which is usually the time I go to bed, especially in the winter time. I've put the final big logs on the fire, and I would imagine that that's probably going to be out by probably midnight. And I forgot to boil the water for my hot water bottle, and I've put those big logs on now, so that's too bad. Hopefully the electric blanket works. Otherwise, I'll be walking back to the house real shortly. If I get cold, I'm not going to stay out here and freeze my butt off. So hopefully my secret weapon comes through and works. I'm going to get my bed kind of set up and then snuggle in for the night. Oh, it's cozy. I can feel the electric blanket heat. It feels awesome. Here's my view from my sleeping arrangement from my bed. Pretty awesome. Oh yeah, that electric blanket's amazing. I think I'm just gonna lay here and watch the fire. I'm not gonna read. I brought out paddle my own canoe, but it's just so nice to watch the fire. So that's what I'm gonna do. It'll be interesting to see how long that candle burns too. It's very cute. Anyways, good night. I just got up to go pee. It's 11 o'clock. The fire has died right down. But this little candle is amazing. I think it's gonna probably go out soon, but it is the best little nightlight. It's been so great to have in here. Oh. Good morning. I just got in trouble because I slept in and I didn't have my phone on because it was pinging last night and it was bothering me, and I forgot to turn it back on. I have to turn off the sounds. Too much. And Brian just came and woke me up and gave me big trouble. Big trouble. Because he was trying to get a hold of me to make sure I was okay, so I feel bad. But yeah. I got up at 4 a.m. to go pee, and I had a little bit of a headache. So I went back to sleep, and then I slept till now, which is very out of the ordinary. But I had a very good sleep on and off all night, but probably just because I had a headache. I took on a little snow in here this morning. Wow. And I think it's like 7. Oh, I'm in trouble. I feel really bad. He was probably very worried because I do get up very early. Oh, poor guy. I probably have a headache because I didn't eat and I didn't drink enough and I ate too much sugar. Or probably just I'm dehydrated. But what I really want is not a headache. And maybe some coffee. But I think I really wanted to get up and make a fire, but all of my wood is covered in snow, which is fine. I mean, I could do it, but Now I know Brian's angry with me. I don't blame him, because I would be super worried too. He probably thought I was froze to death out here or something. Oh, poor guy. Oh, anyway, I'm probably just going to pack up a little bit and go back in. And this is what she looks like this morning. But it was a really great night. I did wake up a couple times to go to the bathroom, which is normal for me. I just roll around, but I was snuggly and warm. The electric blanket was amazing. Let's shut the Blue Eddy and see what we got for... I'm just going to unplug the electric blanket, and that will force me out of here. Let's see what we got for power left. So that's what we got. We got 2 bars left, so that was all night long. I don't know, but 2 bars, which is really good. So the electric blanket ran all night. So for anybody wanting to have a winter camp out and you're worried about being cold, no hot tent, no problem. If you have an old electric blanket and a Blue Eddy, you're set. Or some kind of power source. Oh my gosh, my head. I haven't had a headache like this in a very long time. It's probably exacerbated by the fact that I haven't had coffee and it's 7 a.m. Normally I have it no later than 5. Anyways, folks, I am going to come back out this afternoon or later this morning. It'll be later this morning, definitely not this afternoon. To take this down, maybe light a little fire while I do it. But if you are, wrong order of operations. If you're thinking about winter camping and you don't have a hot tent, there's options out there. You just got to be a little bit creative. I highly recommend it. It was very peaceful. Okay, I'm up and about. This is all the snow that fell last night. It's gorgeous out here right now. That's the fire pit, all my wood. I could have thrown that on last night. But I burned it all, which is incredible. I knew I would. But at some point you just get too tired and you don't want to get up to put more wood on the fire. So I'm going to go back and say hi to Brian and the dogs and bring them back out to help pack up. I was snug as a bug in a rug last night in there. I'm missing my snowshoe with my friends, which I'm really sad about, but I just, my head is throbbing. So we got quite a bit of snow and it's crusty. I can hear it. The wind's really blowing. I'm not pulling anything back with me. That sled, this sled got stuck on the hill yesterday. I had a hard time with just the empty sled. So with the full sled, I'm going to come back in the other way and pull it downhill. It'll be easier. And now that Brian's been in this morning because he was worried about me, I'll be okay. All right, here we go. Hopefully this little sucker starts and I don't get stuck. I don't know if we're ready for this. So I woke up in my cute little cozy area and I didn't really realize, but it is snarly out right now. We're getting a ton more snow. So it's going to be, and Brian's going to come with me with a big sled because I don't think with the citation that I'll be able to get through this. So we're making a plan to go get all my stuff. I hope that all my stuff isn't covered in snow out there. I still have a little bit of a headache, but feeling way better. I ate something, had a coffee and an Advil. So look at this. We are back. It is snowing to beat the band out here. I had to have my glasses on because the little door on my DJI froze closed, so I had to figure out what was going on. But I brought the reinforcements with me to pack up. I've lit a fire just for ambiance, but it is blizzarding here. And since this morning, since I got up at 7, we've probably got 3 or 4 inches of snow already. So still not feeling 100%, but got to get this stuff packed up because I got to get it all dried out. So yeah. Okay. Pack up the bedding. Show you what I'm doing. I'm just stuffing my whole bedroll into our canoe pack. Oh yeah, you would have liked that. Look at you, Snowy. You a snowy owl? Hey? Thermarests were amazing. So squishy. Sleeping on snow, that's one thing. It's very comfortable. Definitely better than the hard ground, but I had those 2 sleeping bags underneath me too, so. And everything's nice and dry except for the edges. So.
You want to watch something fun?
Yeah. I can't hear you. Get it. Get it. It's a winter wonderland. That was fast. It's always easier with more help. Solo winter campout was mostly a success, except for my morning coffee and my Tim Tams. But next time. Anyways.
And the check-in.
Yeah, and I forgot to check in. But thanks for watching. Have a great day. Hope you're enjoying winter as much as I am. We'll see you next time.